Get in, loser. We're gonna talk about Mean Girls. Mean Girls, the musical, the movie. Let's talk about it. Hello, if you do not know my name is Abbie. I am a theater kid. I claim it loud and proud. I am a theater kid to my core. So as you can imagine, I was excited when I heard there was gonna be a Mean Girls movie musical. Exhibit A. I've seen a lot of reviews, I've seen a lot of hot takes about the Mean Girls movie that just came out last week, but I haven't seen a review from my view. I have seen people compare the 2004 movie and the 2024 movie. I have seen people compare the movie musical to the musical, but from the perspective of people who are like, oh, the Broadway musical wasn't that good. Well, as somebody who loves the Mean Girls musical on Broadway, let's chat about it. I have broken this review down into 3 parts. We're going to talk about the characters, we're going to talk about the music, and we're going to talk about the updating from 2004 to 2024. Let's begin. Now, I actually don't have a lot of issue with how the characters were portrayed in any iteration of this story. Lindsay Lohan, hard to top, but I think Angourie Rice did a good job. Also, I have looked up how to say all these names, so if I say them wrong, I am so sorry. You cannot get a better Regina George in any iteration. Rachel McAdams, Taylor Louderman, Renee Rapp. I giggled nervously throughout the entire movie. Every actor who's played Gretchen, amazing. Karen, amazing. Janice, amazing. I've got a thing for Barrett Wilbur-Weed. Here's where we get into a little bit of an issue. With Mr. Aaron Samuels. OG movie Aaron, great. OG Broadway cast Aaron, great. Movie musical Aaron? I have not seen The Summer I Turned Pretty, so I don't really understand the hype of this man. Did he do good in the movie? Yes. Did I leave the movie having a little bit more understanding of the hype? A little. Like, I'm talking like he went from like a 2 to a 4 on the understanding of the hype. Okay? But the main thing is, which we'll get into a little bit more later, singing. This man does not sing, nor did he want to sing. So did he sing? No. Also, if we're comparing Renee Rapp to Chris Briney, he does not stand a chance. Renee Rapp is a goddess, and this man would grovel at her feet. Not the other way around. That was a little bit too much to suspend my disbelief. There is no way that would, there's no way. And Damien, good. I don't have a lot to say about the actors in this movie. I think they all did an astounding job with what they were given. Okay, that's gonna come back later. Particularly with Katie. Now, I am going to be talking about the music. These 2 sheets of paper are a list of Act 1, Act 2, the songs from the Broadway musical. Songs that are darker and in bold are songs that were at least loosely in the movie musical. Here is a close-up shot of these 2 pages, so you can see kind of what I'm looking at. Now, I'm gonna be kind of jumping all over the place with this because the music is where I had the most gripe. Apparently, when the show came out on Broadway, people were like, well, what is this music? We don't like the lyrics, we don't like the background music, the instruments are all kind of wacky, what is this music? That was not my reaction. I was like, this is clever, this is fun, this is high energy, I love this. Whenever I want to listen to musical theater and I don't know what to listen to, Mean Girls. Let's start out with the good, okay? Everything Renee Rapp said or sang, beautiful. And like, it's for the gays, okay? It's for the girls, gays, and theys. That is what this is for. I have heard criticism that her songs were slowed down a little bit too much. I don't mind. It just sounds more sultry, more like, ooh, which is fine by me. And the close-up shot of her lips, that whole like, my name is Regina George. Oh, God, so good. So everything Renee Rapp did, beautiful. On a similar note, anything that came out of Ali E's mouth, no notes, perfection, gorgeous. Like, she's Moana. We all knew that that was like gonna be a good thing, but I am just still like flabbergasted at how amazing everything she's saying sounds. And a change they did from Broadway to movie that I actually like, Rather Be Me, lower. Not a lot lower, but it is lower. And as a mezzo, I am a fan. Everything that Jaquel Spivey sang, amazing. Everything that B.B. Wood and Avantika sang, amazing. Let's talk about it. I don't think that anything in this movie was Angourie Rice's fault. I think that there were bad choices made, and I think they affected her. which is unfortunate. I still think she's a good Katie. I think she works well in the role, and I think she fits the role. But what did they do to her? I don't know why they changed all of Katie's songs. If she couldn't sing it, like, that's fine. They're hard songs. Katie has hard songs. But then they should have chose someone else. I saw the movie and I was like, listen, these changes, not it for me. I have since listened to the soundtrack multiple times and they're still not it for me, but I have maybe a softer view of them. The new song for the movie musical, What If, that Katie sings at the beginning, is okay. If it wasn't competing with It Roars, it probably would have been a little bit better, but it's just not it. This movie chose to go a different kind of direction with the characterization of Katie Heron, which is fine. It's fine, but it's not good. So What If? Fine. Not It Roars. It Roars is amazing and a beautiful, like, opener and presentation of Katie and her, like, excited energy. So it makes sense if they're changing Stupid with Love to less excited, more lo-fi, that they're going to change It Roars to a different song, because those two definitely don't fit. Now let's talk about Stupid with Love. If you're on TikTok, you have seen the side-by-side comparisons of Katie's songs, particularly Stupid with Love, and her little bit in Revenge Party. So you know how different they are. The levels of which they are operating, like, they're different songs. They might have a similar tune and similar lyrics, different songs. Basically, every song in this movie is just a different version of the Broadway musical version. They might have changed some of the opt-ups, they might have changed some of the instrumentation, they might have changed even some of the lyrics, but they are still very true representations of the original music. But not when it comes to Stupid with Love. I'm sorry. Katie's in a new place, and in this movie, she even wanted to go to the new place, whereas like in the musical, it's like, well, I guess we're gonna go back, and that's kind of cool to figure out something new, but whoa. But she's excited about it. She has this energy. She doesn't really understand American culture in a high school. She doesn't understand that, but she's excited and she's awkward and nervous, and it's like, oh, and she just like bubbles up. Not movie Katie. I know you've probably heard this, but let's just look at this, for example. Like, that is fun. And she's literally like, I am filled with calculus. Like, she is like, ooh, she's trying to contain it. And in the new movie, it's just like, I think I like him. The new kind of music, lo-fi weirdness that they put into the song doesn't fit what the song is saying. If they were going to change it that much, they should have just changed the song. Same with Revenge Party. Katie has been giving these girls the benefit of the doubt. She is like, they're actually not that bad. They're pretty nice. Like, give them a chance. And then all of a sudden she sees what everybody else has been seeing. She's been duped. She's been tricked. She's been betrayed. Like, she should be angry. And it's like, movie musical Katie was like trying to get angry, but the way they changed the music just wouldn't let her. Like, this fits so nice.
No, I can't even watch when she touches his hair, and I watch a snake eat a cow. Regina needs to be toppled. Sorry, Gretchen, I swear. Get our party now. One candy cane, please.
When she did not say, one candy cane, please, I was so sad. Again, this is nothing to say about the actor. I think she did the best she could with the material they gave her. The material they gave her was just crap. Let's chat about songs they left out, okay? We've already touched on It Roars. That's a good song. They shouldn't have left it out. The next heartbreak is Meet the Plastics. They kept the song title as Meet the Plastics, but we're not meeting the Plastics. We're meeting Regina George in the movie musical. My name is Regina George. We're meeting Regina George. Where are the sections for the other plastics? It's not Meet the Plastics without the plastics. Not including Gretchen's part is an actual crime.
Yes, Regina, no Regina. Every waking hour, I've been making sure Regina George can stay in power. If Regina is the sun, then I'm a disco ball, cause I'm just as bright and fun. If you've had alcohol, Regina is the queen, but I'm ahead of rubies as I am seated at her right hand like the Jewish princess Jesus.
Actually criminal that they did not include that. And Karen's part, but mostly Gretchen's part. And then when they're all on top of each other, why is that not in? Like, that's like a minute and a half extra. Like, come on, it wasn't a timing thing. Another song that we need to give a moment of silence to, Where Do You Belong? Best song in this whole show. Love that song. And Jackwell Spivey, I want to see him do that song. And mad because there's a Doctor Who line in it. Also left out was Fearless. I wish it was in there, but could take it or leave it, honestly. Stop. I forget that song exists. Whose House Is This? I like that song, but I didn't need it. More Is Better? Like, that's a good song, and I think it helps with the end, the whole I see stars. We had her line where, you know, she was like, I see less stars here, but I wish we had had the song to kind of help convey that, especially when it gets to the end. It's like, we're seeing stars, but you didn't really talk about stars. And Do This Thing at the Mathlete tournament, that's a fun song. Honestly, everything they did to the music hurt me the most. I can get on board with the new versions for the movie. The instrumentation is very different, but I can get on board with a lot of it. Do I miss the instrumentation from the musical? Yes, especially in Sexy. I liked Sexy, but Sexy is one of the best songs from the show, and I didn't think they needed to mess with that. I feel like it's universally agreed that Sexy is a very good song from the show. But they changed it. Again, they didn't change it a lot. I can get behind the new version, but it didn't need to have a new version. Something cool that my friend John pointed out actually after we saw the movie was how each singer kind of had like a different way that they filmed their music. Particularly though with Regina George. Anytime Renee Rapp was singing, it was almost like it was a music video. John, he liked that. He thought it was very cool and very fitting both for Regina and Renee. I, on the other hand, did not really like it. I felt like it kind of took me out of the movie. I was like, I'm watching a music video, not a movie. Took me out of the story a little bit, but to each their own. Last but not least, updating the story from a 2004 audience to a 2024 audience. This movie was not made for millennials. It has a lot of service to millennials with some original costumes, original quotes, etc., but it was not made for millennials. It was made for the Gen Z world, where they wear different kind of outfits to school, where they do TikTok. A lot of people have had a lot to say about the way that they used vertical filming and TikTok in this movie. I didn't mind it. It is kind of weird still seeing like vertical filming in movies, but you know, if it's supposed to be there, if it fits the story, then it's fine. Like Karen filming a TikTok getting ready for the Halloween party in the Sexy song, great. I think it fit just fine. Even opening up the movie with Janice and Damien, that was fun. The big question of this movie is who was this movie made for and why was it made? And that's where I think I get a little frustrated. This is Mean Girls, the musical, the movie. So when they didn't market it as a musical, and when they changed and took out so much of the music from the musical, it's like, why are you doing the musical? If you wanted to do a reboot of the movie, then do a reboot. Change the characters, change the costumes, change the jokes, update it for today's audience, and leave out the music. If you're gonna do a movie musical and you're gonna take source material to make this movie musical, you should stay true to the source material. When you look at movies like Into the Woods or Hairspray or The Prom, those are all just new performances of the musical. They look a little different and they feel a little different because they're on screen rather than on a stage, but they're still just a performance of the musical. Sometimes some songs are cut out, sometimes some lyrics are changed, sometimes new songs are added, but they are still a true representation of that source material. And I feel like they wanted to do a Mean Girls reboot, but it had only been 20 years, so the only way they could do it was be like, we're gonna do the musical, but they didn't really want to do the musical, so they did whatever they want with it to make it a movie. And I don't vibe with that. All of this being said, how do I actually feel in a summed up version about the movie? I like the movie. I have my qualms, and it's not what I would have wanted for the movie, but I like it. For reference, I went to the movie with my two friends, John and Casey. When we left the movie, Casey gave the movie a rating of 0.5, and John gave the movie a rating of 9. I gave the movie a rating of 5 or 6. After thinking about it a little bit more and listening to the soundtrack a little bit more, I'm gonna stay at a 6, but that's kind of where it falls, mostly because of just how much they changed with Katie. If you like the musical and you're afraid to watch the movie, listen to the soundtrack, and just skip over Katie's songs, because that's what I've been doing. I really try to listen to Katie's songs. And I just can't. I made myself a few times to be like, is this really as bad as I think it is? Yes. And again, nothing against our new Katie, okay? I think they did her dirty. If you don't like musicals, go see it anyway, because Renee Rapp. And if you don't like movies or musicals, I don't know why you're considering going to the theater to begin with. Before you go, I have one final argument on why this movie wasn't so bad. Get in, loser. Listen, if you're a girl and you went into this movie not being gay, you left being gay, okay?